Let's give a round of applause to my cousins, Junior and baby Joe. And Mr. Joshua for running back to changing music, the transition music. All right. Now, here comes a part of the night I've been waiting for. I know this isn't the way, but this is important. So, a lot of you guys don't know this, but there's a story behind this whole meeting, if you will. So, and a lot of you guys, you know, they're very private. So today is Caleb and Lidia and Candid. Or, not Candid, what is it? Candid or whatever, unscripted. We're gonna see the true side of them. So we have some questions for them, guys. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a museum over here. Everybody can hear me okay? Okay, there's a museum over here. And yesterday we stayed up until what, 3, 4 in the morning? And we stayed up just talking about the story. And it got really interesting. So and then a lot of names were mentioned. So I said, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna have a talk, let them get to know you more deeper, more personal. And let's hear about this whole story. So, the younger crowd cannot believe, we have texting and everything, emails, but everybody is dying to know, did you really only see each other twice before you went to Vietnam? Please expand. Explain how you only met twice before you went to, explain how that met, go ahead.
Well, we were going to church. We were going to another church, not Calles. I was going with a bunch of Puerto Rican guys to El Sinai, Church of Sinai. And it so happened that when I left Puerto Rico, they told me, if you ever see a church bus that says Calles, Church of God, get on that bus. So we went downtown, and the bus came and says Calles, and they blew the horn. They blew the horn, and I looked at the Calles and I saw the name. So I was the only one that ran towards the bus to get on the bus. The other guy says, no, we're going to Sinai. And I got on the bus, and the only chair that was empty at that time was where my lady was sitting. So I sat next to her, and we began talking.
So you sat next to her. The bus was full, right?
The bus is full.
So there was nobody sitting next to her?
Nobody was sitting next to her, that's correct.
So let me ask you this, Mother, or Lydia. I don't know. Lydia. So you got on the bus. What made you go to church that day? Because who went with you to church? Who went with you to church? Yeah, who went with you? Who got on the bus with you?
It was on a Saturday. I had told my mother that I wasn't going to go to church anymore because I got confused. And
I don't know. So you're telling me, listen, you're telling me that you were kind of not wanting to go to church anymore, huh? Okay. Please tell us more.
I didn't want to go to church because I got confused in many things. And I told my mother, tomorrow is going to be the last day I go to church. I'm going to ask me to go to church anymore until God talks to me or shows me something different. Then I'll start going back to church. And that's the Sunday that he sat next to me. And without knowing anything, because I didn't even know him, he sat next to me and he started just talking. But it was kind of, to me, it touched my heart because everything that I had talked to my mother about Saturday night, he told me. He told me everything that was in my heart and that I had talked to my mother about and that I had been praying for. So I figured that God had sent me the answer through him.
You told me the other day that he was scolding you on the bus, right? So you were looking for somebody to get mad at you? Well, explain on that, because you said that. So you got on the bus. He told me everything you wanted to hear. You were questioning, faith and stuff. So go ahead.
I was frustrated because because of the situation that I was.
Go like this.
Go like this.
That's good. Yeah. You're frustrated? You're frustrated because...
Oh, I was, no, not frustrated, but I was very, very confused. And I don't know how he knew of the situation that my mind was in and how God used him to tell me what I wanted to hear.
So let me rewind, because this was, you never met Caleb. Don't know who this guy is, right? He's over there on where were you at?
I was in Puerto Rico.
No, but that day, that Saturday, you met him? Or?
Where was I? I was at Fort Sam.
Fort Sam. Okay, so you were at Fort Sam, you're at the house. All right, so I'm trying to paint the picture here. You don't know this guy, you don't know her. You hear about this church called Gaia's. There's a bus, which I'm surprised they had buses. I didn't know that. Did you know that they had buses? I didn't know that either. So there was a bus thing going on, and was it a blue bus, by the way? Inside joke. Inside joke. Until you got on the bus and he was scolding you. Okay, how long, I'm just curious, how long were you stationed here in San Antonio at Fort Sam before you got on that bus? You were here 15 weeks. From the moment you got on that bus to the moment you left, how long was that? On the bus to go to Cayas, when you met her, and then when the time you got on the plane to leave San Antonio, how long was that? So how long were you in San Antonio? After that, yeah.
Just a second.
Oh, you're thinking, oh, okay.
Probably a week or so.
A week or so. So just a week left, 15 weeks in Fort Sam. Oh, why couldn't you leave Fort Sam?
Because I was studying to be a medic and all that, and we were not allowed to come out.
You were not allowed to come out. Then all of a sudden, they're allowed to come out. He gets on a bus to go to Gaius, and he sits next to her. Okay, so, interesting. Before we get to the whole letter thing, real quick, there's a lot of things I want to talk to you about, but there's somebody dying to know out there, and we all know who she is. She wants to know a little bit more about Vietnam. Can you give us some experiences about your most memorable experience in Vietnam? Your most memorable experience in Vietnam.
One of my most memorable experience was, I did go to the show there. They were showing the 10 Commandments in Cu Chi. I was stationed in Cu Chi, and they were showing the 10 Commandments. So we decided, all of us, to go watch the movie. And because to me it was a biblical movie, so I wanted to watch it. So I went to watch it.
Did you see what he did there? You saw what he did there, right? Wait, hold on. It was a biblical movie, so, we go watch it.
Yes, it was. And while I was watching the movies, motors began flying towards us. And the barrack where I was sleeping at, a big motor just fell right into it. And he left a humongous hole on the ground, because it was pretty bad. And I was safe because I was watching the 10 Commandments.
You see? He went to the movies, but he went to 10 Commandments, so he was protected. See? I love it. That's great. So that's your most memorable experience. The Lord protected you, taking you to the movies, the Lord protected you,
There were many other times where the Lord protected me, but I will always remember that, because that day, not only did we get hit, but the hospital got hit with 4 or 5 motors. And so it was in a bad place, because in that particular place also, every day, all they did, the Americans would shoot at Black Virgin Mountain constantly, all night long. And then at nighttime, all night long, they were shooting at us. So
let's get back to the bus. So you're at the bus, you get off the bus, you're talking to Lydia. Tell me who you went to and what did you tell that person when you guys separated off the bus?
After talking to Lidia and all that, I got off the bus, and Brother Morgan came straight towards me, and he said hello and all that. And so I asked Brother Morgan, what's that girl's name? And he told me it was Lydia. And so I told Brother Morgan, brother, when I come back from Vietnam, I'm going to marry that girl.
You just got off the bus?
And I just got off the bus, and I just told her, I did not know who she was, I did not know nothing, but I knew that was the girl that I was going to marry.
So, Mother, Lydia, what did Brother Morgan do after he heard this news about you were going to get married to some dude from Puerto Rico?
Brother Morgan came to me and said, sister, what is this that I hear that you're marrying Caleb? I said, Caleb? Who's Caleb? I don't know no Caleb.
There you go, Jonathan. See, there's Mr. Brother Morgan's son is right here. Mr. Jonathan, please give a round of applause representing his dad, Mr. Brother Morgan's son, Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan, for being here. Okay, so you guys, okay, so you went. So you got, how many times after that day at Caius did you see each other? One more time. Follow along. Met on the bus, told Brother Morgan, I'm going to marry that lady. She questioned her, what's going on? They meet one more time. Where was that second time?
We were walking, we were going to a tent meeting.
Another church event, revival. Okay, so you get on the bus, you get on the plane, you go to Vietnam. Who wrote the first letter?
I'm sure I did. I had her address and all that. I wrote the first letter.
You wrote the first letter. Were you thinking that you were going to get a letter back? You just met her, so were you thinking you were going to get a letter back?
I was pretty sure.
Oh, you're pretty sure. You were pretty sure you were going to get a letter back. When you got
At least I hope.
When you got the letter, what did you think? Did you know who he was?
When I first got the first letter, I said, oh, the first guy that says that he's going to write a new note.
Okay, the first guy you wrote. So, talk to us a little bit about the letters. How come you guys never made a phone call to each other?
One of the reasons I could not call because we didn't have no phones over there. We had no cell phone or nothing. And I was able to call, only one time was I able to call from Vietnam. But as a Spanish person, you want to talk Spanish to the girl. So I start talking a little bit of English, and I quickly changed to Spanish. The minute I start talking to Spanish, the switch went off. The conversation was gone because we were not allowed to talk in another language.
You were not allowed to talk in another language, so they turned off, the vetting people turned off the telephone. So you guys elected to just talk on letters. I really want to know this. And, so you guys, no texting, no phone calls, no video chats, no Facebook, no nothing. You guys literally just wrote the letters, I guess one day over there, another week over here. What was, I think a lot of us want to know, what was that experience like? Oh. Hello, Brother Morgan, how are you? We were just talking about you. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Mr. Brother Morgan. See, this is what I'm saying. I appreciate you. We were just talking about you. Jonathan is here representing you, and I just want to thank you for the opportunity that you gave my parents to be part of their story. It's a great story, and we love you. We love you with all our heart, and we're praying for you, and we wish you were here. And can we? Can you say? Is there any way you can say anything? Hello, how are you doing?
Thank you. So that's my wife.
Well, we thank you, and I think on behalf among the Caius family, the Gonzalez family, the Guerra family, we thank you. We appreciate you being a part of this night tonight, part of the story. We love you, Brother Morgan. All right, give a round of applause one more time. That was pretty good. The letters. Let's go that to real quick, and then we're gonna get to the end. You guys see, like we didn't have that back. You guys didn't have that. There was no video chat. There was none of that stuff. You literally communicated through letters. So how in the world? I think that's the question we were going to. How in the world did you guys get to know each other through letters?
How do we get to know each other?
Basically, you were talking to a piece of paper and writing things down. So how did you get to know each other?
It's very easy. It's very easy. When you write letters and you start talking to the letters, normally you write from the heart, right? You write from the heart. And so every letter that I wrote to my wife or to my girlfriend at that time, or even not to my girlfriend, she was just a friend at the beginning, I would write, but I was writing from my heart. And when you read those letters that are written from the heart, it touches you. And I'm sure that when Lidia read the letters, she was knowing who I was, and she would write me the letters. So as the letters were coming back and forth, I began knowing her better, and she became knowing me better. So, and I was talking to Caleb, that he asked me, Caleb, didn't you miss going out with her, dating and all that? And really, I think it was more romantic, it was a great way to know Lydia through the letters. I don't think I would have known her that good if I would have gone and dated her, because what do you do on a date? You spend money, you just talk, you walk, you talk a couple of times, a little bit, and that's it. And the letters meant a lot to me.
All right, give her a round of applause, please. Do you want to say anything on that? Yeah.
I was going to say something and it went away, but
Just write us a letter, Mom.
Well, we'll get back to you. Let's talk a little bit.
I
Okay.
remember. In one of his letters before, we were always writing about friends and what happened in church and who said who. But in one of the letters, when he really told me that how he felt about me, he said, I have always, since the first day I saw you, I fell in love with you, but I couldn't tell you anything because I had a girlfriend. So I have to break up with my girlfriend so I can declare my love to you.
Over the letters. Let's talk a little bit about the stuff that's at the museum. We have here, there's a jacket there that I want you to tell the story about that jacket, the black jacket. Go ahead and tell us the black jacket.
That's very simple. When I went to Fort Buchanan in Puerto Rico, I saw the guys coming from Vietnam, and they had that black jacket. So that same day, we had to sign a paper in Fort Buchanan. Where would you like to go? And what did I do? As an empty-headed guy, I put Vietnam, because I wanted to go to Vietnam to buy that jacket. And so I went up in Vietnam because as soon as they did that, I went to basic training, from basic training straight to Vietnam. So after medical training.
So, see, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that jacket. That's why he went over there. He wanted to get the jacket. That's an awesome story. There's a couple other artifacts there. There's that trumpet. I'd like for you to tell the story about that trumpet. That trumpet is the very first gift she ever gave him. And there's a story behind that. So go ahead and tell the story about the trumpet.
When we got married, we lived in Chicago, but when we came to San Antonio, I wanted him to be in the church band. So when we came back, it was going to be his birthday, so Mario, I don't know where Mario is. Mario, I told him that I wanted my husband to play the trumpet. So Mario looked for a trumpet, and we were in church, and we were always saying, Lidia, I found the trumpet. So we went to the store and we bought the trumpet. But then we had a friend named Juanito, and Juanito kept Caleb, he kept Caleb occupied so he wouldn't find out that I was going to buy a trumpet with Mario. And after church, Juanito was trying to take Caleb out of the church because there was another friend that lived behind the church, Eliseo, and then we went to Eliseo's house to have a birthday party, and Caleb was with Juanito. He said, no, I don't want to go. I want to go home. And Juanito kept on taking him forcefully. So when we went to the church, to the house of Eliseo, we had that trumpet as a surprise for him so he can start playing in church.
That's awesome. I'll give you a round of applause, please. 2 more questions, and then you're gonna give the speech, the thing. 2 more questions, and we're gonna do this, okay? All right. So there's a little background. See, tell me. So you got the letters. Tell me what happened when you got off the airport, or when you went to the airport. When you got to the airport in San Antonio, the 3rd time you were gonna see each other. Wait, hold on. Let me backtrack. So they met each other before they left. So he left to Vietnam, writing letters, became engaged through letters. So remember, when he got off the airport a year later, after writing letters, this was going to be the 3rd time they see face to face. Never kissed, never held hands, never any of that stuff. This is the first time they see each other face to face. He's coming down from Chicago, because he went to go see his family to come down from Chicago. So, you're about to get off the plane. You're now going to marry this lady you're about to see. You've never seen, you've only seen twice. Tell them, how did you feel? What was that about? no sense. That don't make no sense to me. But you tell her.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, you know, you have to realize that it's been a year. I haven't seen her. I would feel kind of nervous, like I'm feeling nervous right here, right now. But you know, when I saw her, what could I do? All I could do was just hug her, kiss her on the cheek. If I did, I don't even remember doing that. And that was it. And then walk and start talking.
He kissed her on the cheek. So that's time he kissed. He kissed her on the cheek. Were you nervous? You nervous?
Yes, I was very nervous.
She was your fiance.
She was my fiance. She already had the ring and all that, but I still was nervous.
Oh, how did you give her the ring if you were over there?
So mail.
Mailed? How romantic, right? Mailed the letter. Mom, how were you when you were going to the airport to meet this guy that you just got engaged to, writing letters you only saw twice? Tell. Your sisters are right there, and your brother's somewhere, so go ahead.
I was very nervous because I didn't know how he was what I was gonna expect. And I don't know, should I hug him, should I kiss him, what am I supposed to do? So we just looked at each other and I said, let's hug.
They looked at each other and said, let's hug. Like, did you say, let's hug, or did you guys just do it? All right. If you would do it all over again, this is it, the final one, before we go to this. So here's what's gonna happen, guys. Real quick. I'm gonna ask one last question. There's gonna be a little bit of dead time. I know we don't like dead time, but there's gonna be a little bit of dead time because I gotta set this up, and then I'm gonna ask for 2 cousins again, any 2 cousins, Junior if you'd like, any 2 cousins, to come take these chairs and set them back over there, so we could all be witness to the first time they go to the movies. Now, the question is this. So there will be some dead time, just by the way. Me and Josh and Rick don't like dead time, but it is what it is. All right. If you would, both of you, if you were to do it all over again, would you have dated traditionally, going to the Cool Crest, miniature golf, or church, or the movies? Or would you have done it this way?
I think I would do it the way we did.
I personally would do it the same way I did it. For the simple reason, like I said before, the letters were more romantic. To me, it was more romantic, writing the letters, reading her soul as she wrote the letters. She was reading my soul as I wrote the letter and she wrote the letters. So I wouldn't change it no way. I would not have changed it anyway. I think that was the most beautiful, romantic first year of my life with any girl. And if it would have been like that, I would have not married her. But I did marry her, so.
Actually, we went for the jacket. You're out of applause.
And I just want to, let me stand up this time. And I just want to thank that this family we got together, Lidia, me, Caleb, Gonzalez, and the Colons. Because I have to mention the Colons because of my mother's side of the family. And we have become, the Gonzalez, the Guerras, and the Colon have become one family. And the Carizales, yes, and the Carizales, and the Calles family. We all have become one family. We all have become one family. And in a family, when something happened, we all suffer from it, right? When somebody in one family passes away, I suffer. When somebody in another family passes away, I suffer because we are just one single family. So you're going to see something in this. Up there, you're going to see something. And I want you to realize it. Whoever passes away is because it was part of our family. And this is supposed to be my 50th anniversary. My wife is our 50th anniversary. But not only is it our 50th anniversary, I wanted the whole family to get together so that we could enjoy ourselves here today. And we're just going to show it through the cameras right here.
Give a round of applause. If I can have 2 cousins, take these 2 chairs, put them right there. You guys go ahead and walk down. Josh, if wherever you're at.